Days SC2, thank you so much for the 18-month resub on the Prime on your own with the 3 months as well. I am the reason. Thank you so much. And Hydra E2, thank you so much for the 500 bits. You rock, Wardy? No, you rock! And Von Schledgen dropped some subs as well. What's up, Von? How you doing? You're also, once again, here, not at the end of the stream. That's a very weird experience, I gotta say. It's a very different method of going for things for you, huh? What's up? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining us today in those 5 gifted subs. Let me do some intros, though, and let's get this started. As in the bottom right-hand side of the map, our blue Terran player from Team NV will be Bunny, coming off of a loss against Classic. As in the upper left-hand side, we have got the pink Protoss player, Dragon Phoenix Gaming's herO. I mean, what we've seen of herO so far, 2-0 against Classic, so he's primed to have a good group stage here. But obviously, I mean, this whole group is going to be upside down, especially if Bunny could beat herO or so. I mean, it can get really, really crazy. So, lots that can potentially happen. Hey, thanks Fern and Talk for the resub, Acme for the gifted sub to Flak Domineral, and Cam8985 dropping 100 bits. You also dropped 100 bits earlier. I didn't get a chance to shout out yet. Thank you so much for that. And, yeah, thank you so much, guys. Even kicking off the hype train. You know what they say, the hype train is literally how we fund StarCraft tournaments. The hype train, the bigger the hype train, the bigger our next event will be. I heard that officially. Twitch actually rang me up and gave us confirmation that they will directly make our tournaments bigger with the larger the hype train. It's not a scam, guys, I promise. Alright. So we kick off and we get this rolling as we go into game 1 of the series. Just going to be having a Nexus on the low ground. It's going to be seen our one Adept just going to be moving out across to the bottom right-hand side. And, getting this up and running. Sorry. I just read that 100... oh my god, the gifts are flowing. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the love. Okay, first Adept, though, sorry. Let me focus on the game a little bit while stuff happens, as we do have this Adept running around. A Marine doesn't have its bunker yet, and Bunny pulled a lot of SCVs to deal with this. I mean, that's so many workers on the low ground. During all of this, in fact, I mean, that's kind of crazy as this Adept does just about escape out, but then the Reaper will find it. Reaper outranges an Adept, so Reaper should be able to get the kill here, and does finish the Adept off. I mean, honestly, that feels somewhat essential, considering the way in which things were kind of getting going there initially. Killing the Adept off helps a bit, of course. herO has this Nexus off location because of the block initially, so it's going to be a little bit weird dealing with like a Hellion run by or so, and I'd actually think I would like to see Hellions from Bunny just because of that, but he's tech labbing the factory up already, and will have other intentions as to how he sets up from here on out. So it's going to be seeing our Adept kind of moving around a little bit back at home. This Hellion and the Reaper still setting up to come across, trying to see what can be done. And just going to be seeing our additional gateways all coming through. Blink will start on the Twilight Council. So again, that Blink started up, a couple probes on the way out. And obviously with 4 gates and Blink, well, it's going to turn into some pretty big aggression here from herO. We'll see how that goes down as our Stalkers look to zone that Hellion. A little grenade keeps a probe and a couple of Stalkers split apart. And the Hellion and Reaper get dealt with pretty well. Yo, guys, I see all the love. I see all the gifted subs and the bits and stuff. Thank you all so much. Like I said, I'm going to shout everything out between the games rather than... Just in case you're wondering, I'm just going to shout everything out between the games rather than kind of interrupting it, just because obviously things are definitely heating up right now. So thank you so much for all the love. We'll get caught up with all of it after game number 1 here. Thank you so much, as the dings will continue in the background. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for a little bit of hype. Yeah, I mean, Twitch literally on the phone right now telling me just how big the next tournament's going to be, because you're all so amazing. Thank you so much. An SCV returning back up the left-hand side of the map. The Blink coming through. The Raven is on the way as well. So getting involved in that, as we do see this Adept is just sat out the front a little bit. Just going to be seeing the next pylon building from herO to really get aggressive. So what's funny about this, it's 4-gate Blink, but there's no Robo. So you don't actually have a good way to get high ground vision, apart from a hallucination. So this is very much so a one-blink wonder kind of attack, where you can blink in one time, but once you've blinked in that one time, you're kind of done. There's not much more to do here. We are going to go jumping straight into this, so in we go. And we are going to be seeing our Raven kind of moving around a little bit as well. Dropped an auto turret pretty quickly. The Stalkers actually go further into the main base as the SCVs try to wrap around for a full surround, and they do get a full surround. We blink through the other side. We will kill off a Cyclone, takes a while to get on top of the siege tank, but does avoid a further shot at the very end. Only a few Stalkers left, but 11 workers killed. Significant amount of tech units have gone down from Bunny, and I would say that herO is getting away with a pretty good time at the moment. He's having a real good time of this as multiple SCVs continue to drop. We are going to see our Stalkers coming back down the low ground as the Adepts are causing some chaos here as well. A new siege tank is about to pop out, so obviously a new siege tank will go a long way to helping to defend this. As we are just going to be seeing our Marines, our tank, still pushing through. Finally, herO has not much left, and he will back it away. He's actually got so many more Stalkers readying up, and with so much lost mining time, I actually think Bunny is just dead. herO has so many weird builds. Like, what is this 4-gate blink with a hallucination to blink up? No robo off the back of, you know, all of this pressure early as well. It was really crazy. Now we're going to see Stalkers blinking through, aiming for the siege tank. Going to get that siege tank. The Marines still trying to chase those Stalkers away. An anti-armor missile will actually make this a much worse fight for the Stalkers. If you can force the Stalkers to fight, obviously that's an issue in itself. Right now, that ain't happening. These Stalkers are continuing to get the hell out of there. We are just going to see the few Marines going to try to chase down those last few Stalkers. And our Marines are going to be falling back down to the bottom right side now. So, kind of a crazy couple moments. I mean, herO's still on a 25 supply lead. 20 plus of that in workers. 27 of that in workers. Not much of it. In fact, basically nothing of it in army supply. As we're going to see more of these Stalkers continuing on through. Just going to go pushing in. And putting some damage onto the initial depots here. So depots taking some damage. The last few Marines are low HP though, so the Stalkers can chase them down. A lot more Zealots warping in as we have got a Prism in the main base with charge, and that's just chasing down Marines and SCVs and all sorts. As we're going to be seeing our Prism now going to lift off and go down towards this natural expansion. Other SCVs are in some trouble. I'm just going to be seeing 6 workers down, and I mean, just Bunny doesn't recover from this. GG. herO sweeps the floor with Bunny in game number 1, game 2. At times we hit level 5 hype trains is like, you know, well, I mean, just very rare. That does not happen a lot. So thank you so much for the ridiculous love. As we, yeah, I mean, that was crazy. I did not expect that once I started selling out a little bit before. Thank you so much for going above and beyond, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. Like I say, we'll try and catch up with some of the proper shoutouts as we go through the day. For now, obviously, games are continuing pretty rapidly as we just go from one game to the next. Up a game in the top right side, our pink Protoss player is herO. If he beats Bunny, he's in a good spot. He beat Classic, he lost to a Laser. Marine Lord still to play against, and we actually will have herO Marine Lord played after this as a matchup that we had to reschedule some stuff, so we're going to have 6 live matches today instead of the 5, and then 5 from replays. Today we'll do 6 live, 4 from replays, and herO Marine Lord will come up after this. So that is our schedule continuing. As herO in the top right, Bunny in the bottom left, and game number 2 kicking off right now. I feel like I haven't stopped talking for a little while. Hey, what's up, 236? Says, good community, my first time getting to see the stream, mostly seen Wardy on YouTube. Well, you picked a beautiful day to show up where everyone's been, you know, lovely and kind and fantastic. Thanks so much for checking out the stream. Thanks for watching the YouTube stuff, I appreciate it. YouTube's been, we've gotten the YouTube back to kind of our low average kind of place that I wanted to somewhat keep it at, so the pushing to YouTube has worked out the last few days, so shout out to anyone who's been watching there and helping us get through what has been a rough month and a half on YouTube. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks to everyone. You know, someone everywhere has done something awesome. Oh my god, Walgren just joined in at the last second as well, the gifted subs, and I think Von Schler just gifted one out too. Just to make us hit 153% on the level 5 hype train. That's pretty mental, guys. And L1 Ushan. I meant to say Rushon? Ushan? I don't know what that's meant to spell, but thank you. Or Leoshan. Thank you so much for the Prime sub as well. All because Slowly said I'm the reason. Yeah. Who knew that we could weaponize Slowly? Slowly tries to be the one doing good, and everyone else is like, absolutely freaking not. No way. I'm sorry. We cannot have Slowly being the hero of this whole story, right? Good job, Slowly. I'll send you your cut via PayPal later, right? Wink, wink. Slowly's confused. She's like, "Wait, I don't get a cut. I've never been paid in my life." Also, I'll tell Helen to put an extra pack of sweets in your Christmas box or something this year. I'll let her know. I guess it's not coming through PayPal. Adepts are coming through. They actually want to put some pressure on behind the mineral line here onto the SUVs. A lot of Marines. You got to be careful, but they're going to be allowed to walk out of here. So Bunny will not really be able to stop this from happening. In all honesty, this kind of just continues through. A few Adepts in the upper side just going to get out then, and otherwise kind of wait around to see what will come up next. We're going to be having our Viking, couple more Marines coming through. Hellion is going to be picked away at as it goes by the Watchtower. What's really nice about these Adepts from herO is it's given him so much map control, right? He's just kind of out here having the time of his life when it comes to map control. He sees absolutely everything at the moment. He sees absolutely everything so far. I saw Classic in herO, so you clicked ASAP. Yeah, more Classic games. Classic still has to play a laser today. And Marine Lord will be casting a bit further down the line. herO still has to play Marine Lord. And I think we casted the other herO games on stream already, but yeah, you're tuning in at the right time to definitely catch some of the Protoss players still. And we're just coming up after this, we'll be halfway through our day basically, so. And we'll actually have to start talking about where people are properly at in this group and the, you know, impacts of some of the results and stuff like that as well. So we'll have to work our way through that as well, as we do have our third Nexus still just coming through. Twilight Council building up. A Viking middle of the map gets shot down. herO's built into this kind of Phoenix style, right? So he's got these Phoenix putting in some work right now, picking up some kills. Rax drops down to take a tech lab, as we will just have the Raven about to finish up from Bunny. And again, there's a few Adepts just hanging out the front here as well. So just chilling with this, obviously with the Phoenix setup. As you go Twilight Forge, this should just be charge and +1. No reason to go blink. You've already got the Phoenix to kind of fulfill the role of anti-drop defense, right? So you can just go straight into charge here, and typically we see a lot of Temple Archives off the back of this. Obviously, sometimes you see that Robo Vein going into Colossus, but without a Robo down, I'm kind of more expecting this to then hence be Archons. And just kind of very heavy, like Zealot Archon Phoenix kind of play. Kills the Raven here, gets 6 SCVs with this Shaden in this Phoenix play, so doing okay there. And that's really going to depower Bunny's attack as well, because now there's no Raven involved. Not sure how soon Bunny would have been able to attack. Stim and Combat Shield and +1 attack are all still just building. And none of them are close to being finished. Yes, Stim's about a minute away, so maybe you can do something around that timing, but that would really be about it for the moment. Phoenix going through, does get hit by a Widowmine, mind you, as he obviously aims for more SCV kills, just really throwing Bunny's economy off the deep end. I mean, he is not going to be able to recover from this easily, down 21 workers. That's why he needs to try and turn the army that he's got into something that can be good across the map. And you've got to remember, while he's only 10 army supply ahead, which is already decent, these Phoenix aren't necessarily going to add much in a fight either, because they've used a lot of their energy too, so they don't have a ton of lifts available. So that's something to think about, that when Bunny attacks, maybe there are ways for him to find the damage he needs to really take a step back into this game. I do think it's possible. I do think it's plausible. As we get this up and hopefully soon ready to go, because Bunny's pushed on the top side and he's got his army in the middle moving out as well. Looks like he'll reinforce what was just the initial drops. He's not going to go in 2 directions. I don't mind that. I think everything in the same direction is typically fairly a strong idea here. This army comp of herO will die to just a lot of Widow Mines. There's 7 Widow Mines out right now. It's going to be herO's biggest problem. Everything he has is so weak to Widow Mines. It's going to be scary for sure. The first Widow Mines hit beautifully. The first Zealot's getting splashed down a lot, so Bunny will get the chance to fight well here. These Zealots taking some damage. I mean, this Bio Army's going to get straight up on top of this base. Here we go, now coming through, lifting up a few of these mines before they can fire. Zealots really did take a lot of shots. The Phoenix are now kind of the only things left standing, right, as the Marines come underneath. And that is going to be Bunny able to do enough on the counter-attack, just like that, able to come on through, clean up the third base, even cancels half the warp in there, so gets a few Zealots for free. The Phoenix haven't been killed off yet, but they're kind of out of energy, so there's not much else they can do. And the problem is you have this kind of Zealot count where you're just not quite getting enough up to ever really turn this around. So the Zealots just keep getting cleared out. The Widowmines actually get to burrow, and obviously that's only going to make life more difficult for herO. He got set up brilliantly, but he could not find the fight he needed in the slightest at the end of the day, and that's going to be GG's. As I just pressed the wrong button. Have our red Terran player Bunny taking on the blue Protoss on the upper right hand side, herO. So herO top right, Bunny bottom left, as we get this ready to go. Sub Shout's going to have its own YouTube video. Yeah, at this point it kind of is. Is the WardiTV Championship based on invites? It all builds up. If you type !B and you get the bracket link, you can see we have like a bunch of different ways people qualify. Basically, they come through their own regions. So the regional competitions, 4 players qualify into each region, and the other 12 are invites. And then from there, 8 people from each region will qualify into the main event, and they're joined by another qualified player and 3 invites. This time around we had 4 invites because someone cancelled their participation after qualifying. So, kind of a mix. Like, you can, there is just a straight up open way to get through. A lot of our invites are basically invites of players who would just qualify if we made them, So, we have 1 open qualifier in each region for 4 players, and then each region can qualify through to the main event with a couple of aiding bits and pieces, so yeah. Not too many more dings. That's not something you should say when people are gifting. Ay. You can make it ding all day if you want to. I will listen to the ding sound all day long. All I hear is money, money, money. All I hear is the sound of our tournament being funded, which is fantastic. Again, this is a $7,500 event. As always, made possible by the subs, made possible by the Patreon pledges, and just you guys watching and supporting. We really are hoping to be able to kick off with something awesome in the future. Oh my god. We really are hoping to kick off with an awesome event kind of towards the end of the year. We've got a European League I want to do, and I also want to run like an end-of-year championship for everything else. Karatacon dropping the 50 extra subs. Holy crap, man. That is just like actually bonkers level of... I actually don't know what's going on. That's genuinely a little bit crazy. Yeah, let's drop some Wardy Hypers in the chat, guys. If you're a sub, drop some Wardy Hypers. Let's get the dancing Wardies in here. Let's party. I just want to see Chappie a stream of Wardy Hypers. Why not? Let's just... Holy cheese. Cheese balls. Ay. Thank you so much for the love, guys. I appreciate it. As we do just see a Phoenix opening, so a pretty slow opening from herO, where he'll just sit back with these Phoenix and hope to jump on stuff. Walgren78 joined in again. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys are just like, what happened in day 1? Only like 3 hours into the stream. I mean, the good news, guys, is today's going to be a long day. We've got like 7+ hours of StarCraft ahead of us, so what a day to have a fantastic, full of life start. Ay. What is going on? Actual madness across the board. Let the dinging continue. Incredible. Alright, guys. Thank you so much. You're all beyond amazing as we continue through with a few Phoenix just flying around in the main base, and another Phoenix coming up as well. And we're really just waiting for this... It's going to really get interesting, It's been pretty passive because of the Phoenix just hanging back, and Bunny also not opting for anything too aggressive because he actually played just, well, 1-1-1, but with kind of just, basically like a Hellion and then just into tank Ravens, so really nothing too aggressive from him either. Pretty passive for the most part, honestly. At least for now. It's my fault I didn't start watching with 5 minutes left. Ah, Vaughn, what can I say? How dare you? How dare you show up to the actual games for once? I appreciate it, guys. I tell you what, as a bit of a reward, I have got a new puppy, so a little. Some people will know, some people will not, but I've got a new puppy, so we're gonna try and get her on stream a little bit later if she's awake at the right time and she's behaving a little bit. We might bring her upstairs and have a little bit of puppy stream, like for a couple minutes, just to say hello, because I'm sure a lot of you guys would be eager to meet her. As you do see, oh, the Phoenix just flying through. I mean, this is a player we saw earlier, diving in for the Raven, killing off that Raven, and just getting some SCVs with it. I mean, this is what Classic did against Bunny, but this, I feel like, was a little bit more dangerous. One Phoenix went down. I mean, it's actually very similar. It just all happened that much faster because it was with more Phoenix than when Classic did it in the earlier match. And even more subs in the chat. Holy crap, I just don't even... Actually crazy. Karatican has just dropped like 190 subs in the last 20 minutes. Holy crap. That is, Jeez, man. I mean, just thank you. I don't even have words beyond that one. I have to talk about it after this game, because right now we obviously have got Marines kind of advancing forward, and we are going to see a bit of a push starting out from Bunny, so away we go. Looking to get aggressive, going to the other side. These Ravens are kind of joining up a little bit, and Ravens, sorry. These Phoenix are kind of joining up a little bit in the main base and looking to deny some production of units, if at all possible. So you see herO is in this little bit of a scenario where, once again, it doesn't feel like he quite has the army he needs. 2 tanks get up. A third will build behind this from Bunny, but obviously denying the third base already puts him into a pretty good spot for the most part. Those Marines going to come around the top side as that bio comes through. A Phoenix at least grabs one of the reinforced medevacs. I mean, there's just a drop in this natural expansion as well, though, so herO has to go deal with this, and it's just taking that little while to really sort out at the moment. Oh, Stalkers do shoot down one medevac, mind you, so one medevac already shot down. The rest of the Terran army is somewhat fallen away. Now, the other medevac will be chased by Phoenix. You can see that on the way up on the minimap to go and intercept. So, eyes on that to see whether it's a successful interception or not. It looks like it is. And we drop a few Marines down, but we can just lift those up and clean those out anyways. So, that goes down without really much of an issue. 2 more barracks, a Ghost Academy. All of this continuing through as we will lift up a little bit out the main base as well. And we've seen everything gathering together in the natural expansion. RAVENS Bay is producing some disruptors now. We are up to 2 Colossi, so you get to a better army comp now finally as herO. You're finally on that splash that might actually keep you alive. Let's see our bio dropping down over there. Able to grab a gateway. Stalkers are going to continue over. And a wouldn't mind connects on a couple of Phoenix to begin with. So a couple of Phoenix taking a shot of damage. Continuing through, just going to be seeing a lot of units continue to be cleaned up. So that medevac getting chased away a little bit as well. The 2 Phoenix going to jump onto this medevac and clean that up, so it will fall. It's going to be seeing our army of herO is looking as though it might want to go up this ramp. Remember, it's 1-1 in this series. Big match. Both these players need a win, really, to give them a better chance of advancing through here today, as it's a rough group. It's not an easy group at all. That's going to be seeing a couple of Vikings firing. The Phoenix coming through, trying to tank a little bit. The Colossus being migrated around by the Prism. Prism is staying alive. Looks like it'll be long enough to get a warp in. It's a weird place because obviously you're kind of fighting on the edge of this base. Only a few Stalkers can really blink up there. That's really quite dangerous. We're going to be seeing our army still hanging around on that bottom side. Bunny also is being contained to 2 bases. That's one thing about this, that Bunny has not been able to move out to the 3 base setup just yet, so there is something of a positive to all of this as well. My Bio Army with the Medivacs and stuff will move up to the top side there, and we'll be getting ready to make some progress too as the Prism tries to move in, but double turret, and herO was a little bit unsure about whether he really wanted to commit in for it as well, and that costs him as we do blink forward. We take down one Viking. We're chasing the tank. The Widow Mines are going down. We're going to continue all the way across here, and the Zealots in the main as well. Ooh, the Disruptor doesn't really connect on much, as we do get rid of the tanks pretty quickly, though. The Vikings do not have anything answering them, however, because the Stalkers are on the wrong side of the fight to really shoot back against the Vikings. And it looks like Bunny is going to get the cleanup here. He's going to get the unit kills that he needs to clean this out. And that is big as herO goes running. And we have got ourselves Bunny, who is, I think, looking pretty good right now, right? I mean, he's got the 3rd base down as well. He's going to catch a few Zealots on the wrong side of things as well, so that's not going to help out too much. Those few Zealots are going to get chased all the way out of here. Going to see a couple more units still warping in. We do have the few Zealots from the natural going to come back around. Still a bit more kind of on the right-hand side. These units setting up and hoping they can maybe make a bit of an impact, as we do have the Ghost Induction continuing too. So herO is in more and more trouble, I think. I think there's just more and more stuff coming up from Bunny to deal with what herO's getting. The Ghost, etc. is something we've not really seen until now, and that's only going to help. Dropping this main base looks as though it'll be successful too. These Stalkers have to go blinking away. We do have a lone Zealot that tried to be the tank at the front there, but just didn't quite work out, unfortunately. As do have our Bio just stimming in. Big Disruptor shot. Gonna actually miss everything, although the Widow Mine hits the Observer, funnily enough, as it tries to fly on through. So the Observer gets shot down. The Bio's gonna turn and fight again. These couple sentries going down. I mean, maybe not the prettiest of fights all said and done. As we drop a couple more units into it, herO is actually gonna end up defending. Wow. I mean, this somehow gets to keep on going, as we will see our extra units coming on through this. A crazy series here as our Bio Army turns back around. Some Stalkers are in some trouble. And I'm just going to see those getting chased out of this. I mean, a couple Stalkers still trying to run up too. They're getting chased. A Force Field gets dropped down now as well. Full of Widow Mines taking some damage. I mean, Bunny's just going to keep this attack going. 2-1 against 1-1 as well, so he's got a little bit of an upgrade lead. Keep that in mind as we lose the pylon that gives you the faster warp-ins, although it is the Prism, so you can still warp in here if you wanted to. Widow Mines are going to be a big part of the problem, of course. They are going to make it so difficult for Zealots to run into this, and if you can't get your Zealots in the fight, your army just ain't that tanky, and that is a lot of the time the big issue we will face as we're blinking away from Widow Mines, but the Observer going down to a Widow Mine initially causes so much of this problem, because otherwise these would have all been dead. Without detection here, it's a big problem. Do we have an Observer on the way? There's an Observer up. I don't know if it's going to show up to help fight this, as we do chase this army down. The Immortals clunking through the Marauders. Marauders keep on dropping. The Widow Mines are now going to try and relocate. I mean, this is going to get wild again, because they're obviously still burrowed, but now out of position. It looks like there is an Observer somewhere too. It's there on top of this, but there's not much left from herO, as he tried to make anything and everything happen out of this, but Bunny is going to end up breaking through this 4th base on the right-hand side, and herO, he threw everything at defending. He does not have a lot left. Some low HP Immortals to be blinked back from Widow Mine shots. Wow. What a crazy situation we have breaking out all together here. Just some crazy stuff all around. I just can't even get over what's been happening in this match, as herO has survived again, it feels like. He has not made his downfall easy to come by. As you see, just jumping in, and Disruptor just about getting saved. So Disruptor gets evacuated out of there. We are going to be seeing the Super Battery to try and heal up some of herO's units. He's still alive. Somehow, someway, herO is still not dying yet. He will refuse to go down. without everything possible being traded. Now, he's actually got a chase down on these medevacs, which are out of energy as well. So not as much healing as maybe Bunny would have liked, as he's trying to get that fourth base into a planetary. I thought Bunny had kind of had the moment of this game where he just won out. I thought we had that point, but apparently not. And now we've got a Disruptor shot, zone some units out. We're on top of this Morphing Planetary. It ain't ready yet. Disruptor will be targeted down here. It will fall. Some shots on the Planetary that might have been better off on this army. Widowmine's burrow up. The Stalkers try and split away. They do splash some damage onto Medevacs. And Bio Unit, another Disruptor that goes down without much being done. herO is going to have to retreat, as Bunny will push on through and get the cleanup. But what the hell still are we watching? As units try to escape away, we are going to have an Observer falling back with this as well. And once again, herO is somehow alive, up in workers. Army supply okay-ish, but not really the best army we've ever seen. But then Bunny's army ain't exactly perfect either. These Widowmines will actually get killed this time, and that's massive. Taking away value like that, this Widowmine will go off, and he doesn't get the ghost he was so close to chasing down. It is able to escape out of there as well. Another Disruptor shot here does connect on the Bio units, and that's a fairly sizable connection too. So that one will be significant, as we do see the other forces coming back in. I mean, is this actually going to go the way of herO as he jumps on this army now? Bunny just can't seem to get enough units together in the same place at the same time. What is herO actually going to do this? He's up in the natural expansion of Bunny. He's going to keep this going. Widowmine's burrowing all over the place. He is going to kill it off before it fires, though. Disruptor in the main, Warping in the main, but the Prism is dead as a couple of reinforcements shoot it down. Bunny is still trying to hold with a better army supply right now. Only Stalkers remaining. No micro from Prism because that went down. We try to get this Disruptor. It just survives on the low ground. Stalkers fighting for their life in the main as the Medevacs will not let these Marauders go down. So the last couple Stalkers will fall. That Disruptor is left. herO types GG in the game while up on probes and not even that far behind on army. Bunny wins it out in the end. What the hell just happened? As Bunny gets herO to type GG. He does have 4 bases, but he's only got 23 probes. I don't think he meant to GG. I don't think he meant to leave the game. I don't think this game's over. I think with how crazy he is, you definitely don't leave the game. I understand he just lost his tech, etc., but oh my god. I mean, this is where he typed. Oh no, I'm a moment away from pausing. I need to pause at like 16:32 or something. He is literally like, he's down in army supply. Obviously, his army is the problem. 7 medevacs, 3 mines. He's gonna lose this Disruptor, so he actually just has nothing, and he has a lot of probes oversaturated and not actually mined. So his income is actually not really there, and it's only gonna get worse. Yeah, with Bunny having this planetary down here, and herO's not going to be able to attack again for a while. He's got to get a Prism, and if he's building a Prism, he can't get Disruptors. Maybe he is actually dead, but I mean, it was super close. One of those games where you'd kind of like to see him just stay in it just in case, right? Because just in case, you can make it work. It's crazy enough that I think it's worth playing the next minute and a half or 2 minutes out, even if you end up losing outright. I think he's dead, actually, looking back at it a bit closer, like taking a moment, slowing it down a little bit. I think it's I think it's rough. Disruptor in a dream. Well, not even a Disruptor. This Disruptor's on cooldown. It's gonna die in like a second, so really just a dream. I think you probably should play it out, but I mean, all good, all good. Oh my